driver out is going to be Robert Pollard, who's also is one of these drivers who has to race himself into the 500 on Monday for Monday. And they can do this by, first off, they can get the pole. Obviously, they can win pole qualifying, or they can win either one of the duels that they're in, whatever one of they're in, and that will be the solidified top 3. And that will be determined by random.org. What the duels are actually going to be the same they're in right now for pole qualifying, so they're going to be in the same fields. The difference is going to be that the winners are going to be decided, like the winners, what position they're going to start, is going to be decided by random.org. So if they start first or second, second or third, I mean. Just trying to figure out who's in the session that's not. One second. Sure. I know the 37, Tim Horton, has to race himself in. Who else? 81 of Dave James. He's also one who's gonna have to race himself in. I think that's it, possibly. I'm not 100%. I'm just checking real quick. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. 16 is in. So I think I've gotten everybody. Has to race themselves in. There's not many in the set. 53, I forgot. Yeah, 53 and the 43. So Cameron Parker is going to have to race himself in. And the 43 of Chase Harris is also going to have to race himself in. I think that's it in the session. Double check real quick. Yeah, I think that is. So we're good. Top of the board is the 93. Jacob Boyles with a 48.026. Obviously, it's not going to be the fastest time. Now the 72 to the top of the board. Probably going to change right away again. It's Austin Horton. Fastest right now. Obviously, they're going to be competing against the people, the other drivers in the other sessions, so they're just going to have to get the fastest time they can get. Ryan James is now the fastest. I expect to see a 45, between a 45.5 and a 45.8 for to set the pole, so these drivers are going to have to push themselves a little bit to get a faster time. Ryan James driving for Spire Motorsports. See if still fast. Oh, 36 is the fastest. Alex Diaz. Surprised we're not seeing manufacturers work together here. The 2 Toyotas, 1 Ford, and a Chevy working together here. And it's kind of interesting seeing that, especially recently in the last few years. Manufacturers have been pushing teams to work with other manufactured other teams using the same cars. See if they get a faster time here. It doesn't look like it. 36 is still fastest with a 46.6 and 19. I just don't think that's fast enough to set pole right now. We really need to get a 45, sub 46 time to solidify that pole position. just don't know if this pack's gonna be able to do this right now. I don't know if they'll be able to get the time they need. And nope, we're still stagnant right now. And we got 6 seconds left here. And we're done here. So this is your final results. This 36 is the fastest in this session with a 46.619. So we'll see if the other session can be a little faster. Obviously that's a little slow for Daytona. So we'll see. For the drivers that are in this session that aren't in the 500, they're going to have to try their best in the duels tomorrow. And they're going to have to, after that, if they don't do well in those, they're going to have to figure out something in the race it in session. That will be also, I don't think that will be actually broadcasted actually. So yeah, it won't be broadcasted. So hopefully they can get themselves to where they need to in the duels tomorrow, but we'll see. So we'll be right back for session number 2. Welcome back for session number 2 of pole qualifying here from Daytona for the Daytona 500. Highlighted drivers in this field. Obviously the one of Chris Splitzer. Not obvious, it's not really obvious. I'll just mention him here throughout the session. 42 of Xavier, Arthur Xavier. He's good. I got Chris Sherman, Ian Brennan, Trevor Collins, Karen James. She is in the 500. 51 of Colby Harris. I don't know where that 6 car came from. Alright, that's interesting. 6 of Jeff Cameron, though. He has to race himself into the session, so maybe he's trying to get some speed here. Maybe he did that just to get speed. I'm surprised he's not getting penalized for that of some sort. Maybe get parked for the rest of the session, but we'll see. They may not care. 17 of Reese Cameron, he has to race himself in. Again, I mentioned Chris Splitzer before, he has to race himself in. Will Parrish, Dylan Ibrahimian, I got it right earlier, sorry. Rusty Potts. RJ Harper, he has to race himself in. Jacob Dillons, obviously the 5 is replacing the 48 this season. Hendrick Motorsports decided it was best for the organization to just leave the history behind and go with the 5 car. 62 Michael Meadows, he's gonna have to race himself in. Nick Lewis, he's in the 500. 38 Harley Toole. Rex Wilkes. 95 of Cole Miller, he's gonna have to race himself in. So 26 of Jacob Deputy. Summit Ozcon. I think that's I've highlighted everybody. Fastest right now is the 70 of Karen James. She would not be on the pole right now. She's at about 3 seconds off right now. Yeah, 34 to the top of the board. Still not fast enough, but we'll see if that pack can do something here. 70 back to the top of the board. Karen James. Still not fast enough right now. .34 to the back. So it's going back and forth with Chris Sherman and Karen James right now. Still not fast enough, though. We're still about a second off, or just over a second off. Twelve of Rusty Potts to the top of the board. Still, it's about a second off now. 5 to the top of the board. Still not fast enough. Jacob Dillons. And I think we're session's complete. Yep. So this is your final results. So the 36 of Alex Diaz will be your pull center for the 500, and the rest of these drivers are gonna have to. The rest of the drivers are gonna have to try to get first. Have to finish. Try to win these duels tomorrow. For those drivers that are not in the field for the 500, they're gonna have to race themselves in. That's gonna be their last opportunity before having to go into a elimination round. So with that said, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the duels here at Daytona, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.